here watching a match, or rather a game, between topher1588 and Parker Horton. Yeah, Mill generally is a good card to open with. Marauder can also be good. Vineyard is here to mitigate the ruins a teeny bit, although it doesn't do a ton of mitigation. Replace looks like a powerful payload card, as it often is. There's a lot going on here. I think I'd be inclined to go Mill Silver, but it wouldn't surprise me if some of them, yeah, Mill Loan makes some sense because there really isn't other ways to get rid of the coppers. So actually, maybe this makes more sense. The draw is not particularly good, right? Bandit Camp and Nobles come together to draw a net of only increasing your hand size. Well, it increases your hand size by 2, but it also increases your deck size by 1. Um, yeah, the replaces make a lot of sense. I think replacing into mill, replace estate into mill is a really powerful thing to do. So I like how they've both been playing so far. Now, Topher knows that this last card is an estate, which would explain the hesitancy there, because you're going to trigger a shuffle with the extra estates in them versus not. But I think it's actually fine because you would really like to do what you want to do with your replace here is actually replace estate into mill. So it's totally fine. Parker picks up his silver, which is going to get in the way of the loan a little bit, but I think still seems worth it. This should turn into a mill. The mill goes on top and it gives the curse, and it's effectively thinning and junking at the same time. Really good use case for replace. Yeah, 2 replaces I think seems about like the right number. I expect this to be discard estate, discard copper, and then replace estate into mill. And then you can buy a 3, which should probably be a silver. He just doesn't buy anything. So he's really counting on his loans to get him where he wants to be. Not totally sure I entirely believe in that, but okay. Parker now has a choice. He can discard the replace and hit 5, or he can replace the loan into a 5. I think you'd rather trash a copper than turn the loan into than a loan, and I think that's actually the decision, right? Well, I guess trashing a copper versus trashing a loan and getting the 5 on top is the decision. I guess also if you replace the loan, you can buy something that's not a loan to replace the loan. No, that's using the word replace in 2 different ways. If you replace the loan, then you can buy something that isn't a loan. Yeah, just basically full stop. Yeah, you can buy something that isn't a loan. And that's what Parker has done here. I think this makes sense. I think if you're trying to dream of actually getting like a real thin deck, it's kind of a pipe dream. It's not going to happen for you. Topher continues to think that silvers are bad. And like I can understand because it gets in the way of loan, but don't necessarily agree. I think I like Parker just embracing the silvers, and well, I expect loans are going to run and curses are probably going to run and estates are likely to run, and the game's going to last short enough that yeah, that's likely to kind of be what happens. What? I think I would have just gone ahead and played the mill and like replaced curse into estate. It seems better to me, but maybe that's totally wrong. But that is my gut reaction. Yeah, the big thing that Topher has going, yeah, just trashing the loan is fine and taking the silver. Good, good. I think that's a good play. Well, obviously you should discard here. It's just a question of whether you discard the nobles and take a 5. I don't know what 5 you would get. I guess Bandit Camp, maybe even Duchy already. Or Exploration. Exploration, given that their decks are so bad and so full of garbage, might actually be a lot better here than normal. And by that I mean it's definitely a lot better here than normal, but it might actually be like reasonably good. I think I would have, yeah, and there Topher goes for it. So at this point I'm a little more liking what Topher's doing. Um, I'm not sure about that exact play. But I think Parker's behind enough that if I were him, I might just be getting a couple of estates here. His best chance is to line up a replace with his nobles. Getting the exploration makes some sense as well. I would be leading on mill here because what I really want to do is line up my replace with my nobles so I can get a province. Topher, I would not discard anything here. I think if I were Topher, I would just be trying to blitz down these estates. I'd like replace copper into estate, replace copper into estate, pass, bank another copper. Huh, that doesn't seem as good to me. But he is going to be able to buy province here. Which seems really good. Parker could buy province here if he doesn't play his replace and discards to this mill. Ah, okay. I assume that means the villager token rather than the coffer. Parker just seems miles behind in most directions, though. He's just lost the junking battle so badly. I'm not exactly sure what the cause of that was, whether it was just like bad shuffles, or was he later to his replaces, or just didn't line them up as well. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's largely down to how the loan flips stuff, but I'm not certain. Oh, I guess Topher hit 5-5 on turns 3 and 4. So that's pretty good. And it kind of snowballed from there. Okay. I don't... Okay, going for potion. This is going to be buying nobles then? Buying market. Okay. I am not convinced of this. Well, this should be buy a province here from Topher. But he should probably be looking to... Yeah, this vineyard is just not worth very much for Parker. And that's going to be a problem. Now, Topher should probably be looking to replace his curses into estates and empty the estate. I would not have discarded there. But, I mean, it's fine. I mean, this is what you want to do, but I would have just played the extra mill to go through a little more of my deck. This has to be nobles into province, right? But it's just way too little too late. Yeah, there's just nothing to be done here. Again, I wouldn't have discarded there. You can discard later. I definitely wouldn't discard here. Probably would have played the mill. Maybe not. I don't know. It's close. Yeah, and this is just going to be game over. There's absolutely nothing that Parker can do. Pretty well played from Topher here. If you're going to do that, you can replace your curse into an action as well. But obviously it wasn't mattering. So thanks for watching, everybody.